Hello, welcome back to Foppy's Creations, and I welcome myself back to Foppy's Creations because obviously I haven't been here for quite some time. I'm still not sure how many times I will be on here, but at the moment I'm thinking I might just come on as and when I get a project, because it's difficult to plan ahead when I've got another channel run at the same time. And that's not your problem, that's mine. Being the time of year, it's actually mid-October here, and obviously Halloween is approaching. So we've been invited to the Halloween party at the Petherick Chateau again this year. So we have been able to think about our costume again. Duncan and I were scrolling through Temu one evening. I think he was looking for a costume. Got lots of sort of witches costume type stuff and spiders and that sort of thing, and Day of the Dead. But I thought, I mean, I could have done one of those again, but I thought this year that I'd try and look for something else, and I found a wig on Temu, a black and white wig, which I thought, well, for the money it was worth it, just for a costume for Halloween. So then I start thinking of what I was going to put with it. And having had a conversation with friends, it was suggested to me that I could maybe find basically a cuddly Dalmatian dog, and I could make him into a handbag. I decided to have a look in our local charity shop in Emmaus, and I've managed to, well, I didn't find, I was about to give up, but Duncan found the one and only Dalmatian toy right at the back of the box. So we did manage to find it, and it cost me €1. So we got that, and it was a little bit too pretty for what I wanted really, but beggars can't be choosers. And it even got little pretty eyes and that really. You'll see in the photos, I'll slot them in to show you what it's like. I also videoed myself making or sort of transforming this Dalmatian. But between the camera and the computer, Duncan and I managed to lose that bit of film. So you've got stills to look at to show you like before and after the way it turned out. I managed to find, the only black strap I did find was it's elasticated because it's meant to be for a belt really, but it worked well. I managed to fit it in to the seams of the bag, or the puppy, or the Dalmatian, and it works quite well because it's being stretchy. If I've managed to get caught anywhere, it's not going to break. So yes, so done that, and then I had to then think about what am I going to do for obviously for the costume itself, the clothing. And again, it was suggested to me that maybe I could combine two t-shirts, a black one and a white one. But I couldn't find a black t-shirt what I needed really was two t-shirts with the same neckline, and I didn't have that. But I did find I've got one plain white t-shirt that I've had for quite a few years, so I don't mind using that for the costume, because I'll obviously never wear it again after this, unless I want to go around looking like that. And then I thought, right, well, maybe I can just put Dalmatian spots all over the top. So I had a quick look online to find out, because I knew that the spots obviously weren't going to be circular like they are on the bag, and they are, as I thought, quite random. They're more like blotches than spots. So I decided to go with that, and I found some black fabric in my scrap box, and I just sat and just randomly cut random shapes, and all sort of slightly different sizes and that, but more sort of generally about the same size. And then, well, let me show you. It's easier to show you what I've done by showing you the actual thing itself. Right, let's unfold this. Right, there you can, as you can see, it's a V-neck t-shirt, and these are obviously this, like, I think they're just like a polyester fabric In fact, it was a fabric that had other flowers on it as well, but I managed to cut these out around and in between those flowers. And what I did, I put double-sided tape, as you'll see in one of the photos, in the centre to actually position them on the t-shirt. So then I had to think about how I was going to fix the spots on. Duncan suggested gluing them on, but I was a bit unsure about that because I'm still not great with the glue gun. So I thought I don't want to ruin the t-shirt and then I'd have to go and buy a t-shirt, which is actually making no sense because I'm trying not to spend too much money on it. And then, as you can see by the back here, I then used a small zigzag and stitched every single dot, or what do you call splodge, I don't know what you want to call it, on. And it's taken me a few hours. I have to say, I'm quite pleased with it. So yeah, so I'm glad I've done that. So now I've just got to find a skirt to wear with it. I've got a PVC sort of snake skin type skirt, and I've got a leather skirt, and I've got a leather jacket. I know she generally wears a fur jacket, but again, as I say, I'm not going to be spending that much money on it, so it's not the sort of thing I have, and I really don't want to be doing that. So I think I'm more likely to go with my leather jacket, unless meanwhile I find something I've forgot I've got. Yeah, so I've got to choose out the two jackets. I've got some boots I can wear, but jewellery wise I'm not quite sure what she wears. I'm going to look online, maybe at some of the videos or the animation ones or whichever, to see what sort of jewellery she wears. And I've got a feeling she wears pearls and things, something a bit over the top, but I could be wrong. I think I've only ever seen it once. So if I haven't got something in my own jewellery box, which I doubt very much if I have, I might have to use I'll show you my bead collection up there in the shelf, and I might be able to make myself a necklace, but we'll see. As I say, I could go over the top, and people are probably going to say, I think you've worried too much about that. But if you're going to start something, and especially when you're not spending a lot of money, you want it to look like you have spent some money. But I've done this basically for free. So when I find what I'm going to wear, I will show you, and I will obviously give you either a little video or some pictures of it, and eventually I will show you the whole costume. So I'll see you when I've done that.